What's going on, guys? So, as you probably know by now, Kyrie Irving has been taking a very bold stance. Now, a lot of people are not willing to put their money where their mouth is. That's why people often only take stands that are politically correct or that the world says, hey, you can be outraged about this and we won't be upset about it, right? But Kyrie Irving, he's putting his money where his mouth is, and I've got to respect that, man. Kyrie, salute to you. We might not agree on everything, but in this area, man, you got my full support and full prayers. And to me, I've said this for years: the media is the biggest false prophet, right? The news is just supposed to report the news and be objective, but they report agendas. So I'm constantly seeing how ESPN and ABC and all these different places, they're trying to paint Kyrie Irving, as this bad guy. Well, you're not a team player and you're being selfish and you got to think about others. And they never bring up his legitimate, feelings, as they did with the other NBA players who had legitimate concerns. That no matter what nobody says, there are legitimate concerns. There are legitimate questions that can be brought up. Anybody who doesn't believe that has been brainwashed and they don't love facts. If we look at the facts, he has a very legitimate argument. But the reality is, for whatever reason, and this is what makes it suspicious, they don't want to have that conversation. They just want to force you to bow down. Now they say, oh, we're not forcing, it's a choice. Well, you're making it impossible for a lot of people, to work. You want to make it impossible for them to travel. And so that's just trying to be politically correct, right? You're trying to force it, without forcing it, without saying you're forcing it. That's manipulation, which is another red flag. There's been constant manipulation with the media. Now, if they were being honest in the media and they were saying, they're getting out there and saying all the facts that we've talked about in many videos, the CDC recovery rate numbers, that how people have had underlying conditions which contributed to it. All of those, they don't mention it. They try to bury it. They try to censor. I don't even want to say the word in this video because they're going to censor it. That's suspect. So yes, we need somebody like Kyrie Irving with that kind of name, who's out there to take this stand. So man, Kyrie, respect to you, salute to you. You've got my prayers, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guys have folded. A lot of guys fold because of money, man. Money talks. But in the same way that money talks is the same thing with what you're doing, man. I'm hoping that the restrictions and stuff get lifted because it's already a double standard. The rules are stupid, right? The rules are just stupid, period. If we go through that whole list again, right? You want me to show this card when I go to the club, when I go to the restaurant, but it's already proven that I can still have it, even though I got that, you know what? I can still have it. So me showing the card doesn't mean that I don't have it. It's literally stupid. And so it's like you've got these puppets and these people that are, in these positions to influence the way that people think, and they're brainwashing people. And it's like you can't even stand up and say, yo, this is stupid, this is dumb. They want to cancel you because it's the truth. There's double standards, there's hypocrisy. Same thing with, David Chappelle. He's another one. Bold, man. I gotta respect it. Salute to you, bro. Because you're saying, what most people are feeling. See, the media tries to paint it the other way around, but the reality is most people in America feel like me. A lot of people in the world feel like me. But they're treating us like we're dumb, we're stupid. For example, Southwest Airlines. Oh, we experienced some kind of weather, problem. That's why we canceled flights. Right after you tried to mandate this thing. That's not what happened. So when the news doesn't report it factually, that makes it suspect. That makes me think, oh, you think we're stupid. Same thing with these F Joe Biden chants. Let's go, Brandon. Do you think we're stupid? And people are just following these people like clearly there's an agenda. Clearly they're not speaking facts and truth. And you're just taking what they're saying and you're eating it. And then the ones that are speaking up are getting censored, are getting told to be quiet. The people doing the censoring, they don't sound like the good guys. There's something suspect. And now that's just, everything I just said is from an intellectual perspective. And I didn't even really get into the facts and the details like I usually do, right? Breaking it down, showing the hypocrisy. But from a spiritual aspect, it just don't sit right in my spirit. Don't care what nobody say. Don't care what nobody feel. I don't feel good about Bill Gates. I don't feel good about Dr. Fauci. I don't feel good about the way that they tried to cover these people and there's double standards. I don't feel good about the way that For example, now I'm not justifying or making any excuses for this dude, but the Raiders dude, it's funny how his emails, get him fired, but Hunter Biden's emails get ignored. Hillary Clinton's emails get ignored. It's funny how that works, but nobody thinks that's suspect. I don't trust these people, period. Period. So, from a spiritual perspective, I would be praying, I would be researching, I would be studying for yourself, and I wouldn't just follow what these people tell me. Broad is the way that leads to destruction, narrow is the way that leads to eternal life.